Welcome back to the Canada Games Center here in beautiful Halifax, Nova Scotia. This is the Volleyball Nova Scotia Provincial Championships, the under 14 girls action. It features the Stoirm White versus the Capers White. Stoirm White will be in the navy jerseys and the Capers White will be in the orange and white. First serve is on its way, and it's up there by Robinson. And a little bit eager, she went over the line there, so it's going to be a point here for the Capers Orange. As back to serve is Abby here for, and exactly the same thing, so the team's exchanging service errors, and we're back even at one apiece. Langley back to serve, just gets it over there. Rebecca made a nice little play on it, and we have a late arriving Capers players that we will try to get their information to you. That sails out of bounds, just out. They had a couple of late arriving players, and when we went to get the information at press time, so we have a couple of unidentified players out here in this first set here between the Orange and the Storm. A miss hit there by McEachran and can't get it over, and it results in a point there for the Capers. It's 3-2. Capers. Of course, the Capers Orange team, they've pretty well ran roughshod here the championship so far. They survived a little bit of a scare in the meantime. Right now it's 4-2 as they're going on a little bit of a run here as the Capers White. Underhand serve, and that one is well out of bounds and makes it 4-3. Here's Throop Robinson. Pardon me, it's McEachran serving there. And a 4-3 game. And has a little difficulty getting that over the net. Well short. Makes it 5-3. Capers volleyball teams, they like to do a little bit of stomping there in between plays, and we just seen that. Serve, it's on its way here by Rebecca, and unable to get anything in transition going was the Storm once again. And it's 6-3. Ball is up. There's first contact, pushed over the rest of the way there by Wallace. Gets the return, McEachran sends it towards the back. Here's a free ball. Ashley finds the hole as McEachran and Robinson got into each other's kitchens. And it results 7-3 the score now. Capers White over the Storm White. Rebecca puts the serve right into the referee's area. Of course, the referee is Brad Penny. He does the lines as well, and there is no down official. So just one official here, and he is the up official. And in the meantime, scrambling there, Raven was flat-footed. They're unable to get something going. Transition offense for the Capers White, and it's 7-5 as Boyle's back to serve. The second hit didn't go very far. Ashley, one of the little shorter players out here for the Capers White, just unable to get good position to try to get that second pass going. And it's 7-6. Raven, Rebecca, and that's unsuccessful. We just have first names here for the Capers White. So we do apologize there for that. That is the information we've gotten. It's at the official scoring table here of these championships. And that's what has been passed along to us. So we'll work with what we got. And in the meantime here, don't look now, but the Stoirm White taking a 8-7 lead here. Well, the Capers White got off to a good start, and all of a sudden the momentum was on the Stoirm White side here. They're unable to get anything going transition-wise. There's the ball up. Ashley there. And they find the hole. Kerrigan finds it as the dance gets underway once again here for the Capers White in a 9-8 game. Kerrigan back to serve and out of bounds again. Service error starting to add up here for the Capers White. Wallace gets her first serve of the game here. Finds the hole. Yeah, they weren't able to get anything going there. That was Rebecca having difficulty with that first pass. They tried to set up Abby and ended up hitting the net. So 11-8. And the bottom fell out of that one. Ashley having difficulty. That just got down there. Once again, they pick on Ashley, and it hits her hands and goes towards the back. We'll see if they continue to go towards her. They found a little bit of hole here in this Capers White defense, the Stoirm is. Wallace once again. This time they'll go up to the middle. Raven. It actually hits Rebecca. They had a lot of people there that got within the vicinity, pardon me. And 14-8. After a good start here by the Capers. Stoirm starting to put the pressure on as Abby has difficulty handling that there for the Capers White. And it makes it 14-9. They're going to call the out of rotation there. So it's 14-9 as Ashley's back to serve, and she's having a little bit of a tough game here as that's well short of the net. And it makes it 15-9. There's McEachran. Puts it up. First touch, Abby. Chance to finish there by 6 of the Capers White. Net violation called against and it's 16-9. As the points are starting to pile up pretty quickly here for this White team. The Stoirm White. And Rebecca once again handcuffed. Explains the situation over with Elizabeth, number 8, and right now they've got no answers here as it's 17-9. Ball is up and going over into the bullpen and bench area of the Capers White. 18-9. No timeout yet there from the Capers White team as of now. And another hitting error, and Stoirm starting to run away with it, 19-9. The road is on here, court number 3 here at the Canada Game Center. Rebecca was fooled by that. She had to come in a couple of steps and then went down to her knees to try to get the first contact and was unable to get anything on it. in terms of a good first pass, and the struggles here for Rebecca continue. Difficulty, and now the Capers White will call a timeout. 21-9, the first of two, as they are trying to end this run that the Storm White have. And what a difficult start it was here for this Storm team, but they have bounced back and now have taken control of this one. This has bounced back and forth in this match, and you got to wonder here if what the Capers coaching staff will be talking about here, if it's positioning or where they have their hands set, making an adjustment. And this is sometimes when you have an assistant coach, they have a assistant coach here for them, the Capers do, so have a chance maybe to pass that information on to the coach. The coach usually is trying to set the defense, calls the plays. They may be able to see something that the head coach wasn't able to see, so have a little bit of advantage. Of course, the Rapids team in here, the 1400 championships, just have one coach. That's a lot of work to do. That's a lot of eyes two eyes trying to watch everything and get control of things. In the meantime, the Storm, well, they're putting on a storm here, and the Capers trying to maybe be a high pressure system and try to push that out of the way and have sunny days, and they have done that for the meantime, as that serve well short. Raven puts it up, just gets over. First contact by McEachran, gets the return pass, it just gets it over. A fantastic play by McEachran. Is it going to result in a point? Yes, it is, and you can see the cheers after that one, but what a great play by McEachran just to get it over with one hand. Sometimes you got to be good to be lucky, lucky to be good. 22-10, 3 points away from winning this first set, and now it will be 21-11 as its lead is now doubled. A chance here for Abby here from the service line, trying to get something created here for the Capers White. Down by 11. Tickles the tape, McEachran with the pass to Langley, and they're unable to connect there, as the point will go to the Capers White. Makes it 22-12. Wild serve that's nowhere close to getting over, well short. 23-12. Langley. Puts it up for the Storm. That's head up. Set over, hits the tape. Going to be a net violation called against the Storm, so it's going to be 23-13 here. Elizabeth serving here for the Capers White. Down by 10. Underhand serve, and McEachran was making sure it was well short, but she was there to cover, and now she has a chance here to finish it. Set point here for the Storm White. And back-to-back service aces here as the teams exchange those here, the late stages here of this first set, 24-14. Still set point, Storm. Rebecca serving. McEachran tickles the tape. And boy, that was too hard there for Carrigan to handle. And it goes down 25-14. Storm take the first set. Over the Capers White, so on to a second set, of course. Rules here, 3 sets. Of course, it's best 2 sets out of 3. And now the Capers White have to fight here to keep this alive here in the second set. McEachran, Langley, McClellan. Well, I'll get those lineups here just a couple of seconds here. They'll probably make some switches. Of course, we're at this level where everybody on the roster plays, so we'll get that scoring information here in just a couple of seconds. The official lineup. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, the referee is Brad Penny here. So it's kind of different sort of format if you're used to watching like volleyball where you have like line judges and a down official and a top official. Of course, if that's just one, it makes it really hard task there for the officials, and they're not down at court level there to see things probably a little bit closer than they would like. But the thing is, there's other action taking place at other courts. This is, of course, the main court, Court 3. We have 1 and 2. That is to my left, and courts 4 and 5 to my right. So they have to get the officials pretty well all stretched out to all the courts here to get it all done. And sometimes you just have to go with just one. Of course, these rules are available on the Volleyball Nova Scotia website, so feel free to check that site out. I think we have one of the players, I think, is for the Orange is actually going to be leaving. So there's definitely going to be a lineup change here for sure. So we're still waiting here for the lineups here for this second set. First set 1, 25-14 here for the Storm White. And for the Storm White, they will continue with McClellan, Langley, DeCoste, Throop Robinson, Moraes, and Bowie. For the Capers, Rebecca's back out there. Abby's back out here. Getting ready set to serve is Kerrigan, Lauren, Elizabeth, and Raven. So pretty well everybody out there but Ashley here for the Capers White. Just past 8 o'clock here on the east coast of Canada. Glad you could join us here for the Volleyball Championships Day number 1, 14 under girls action. And it's a 2-0 start here. This is almost like deja vu because this is how the Capers White started, and then the Storm found their game. Hoping maybe they could find them. And a service error makes it 2-1 here for the Capers White. Langley serving here to start things off here for the Storm. Of course, they are down by 1, and that won't help their cause out. Now 3-1 as that goes right into the net. Ball goes over into the other court, so we'll have a little slight delay before this one gets going. Of course, there's no ball girls, no ball boys as well, so it's pretty well you got to retrieve your own ball. Lauren puts the serve up here for the Capers White. Pretty good passing there, but the finish not so hot as DeCoste punched it towards the sideline and out. And it's 4-1. Good morning, good afternoon passing and Stoirm, nice work again to get it over. Bowie with the quick reactions and the quick hands and arms, and found the big hole to score the point, 4-2. And a little battle was going to be coming up in front of the net, but it fooled Raven just a little bit, and she was unable to, well, get an attack going the other way. Those two blue Storm jerseys were right in her face. Big shot, ticks the tape. Stoirm managed just to get it over. Gets a little bit of reaction there from the bullpen of the Stoirm. Pushed over the rest of the way there by Abby. Here's a free ball here for the Stoirm once again. Wow, those quick reactions just try to get it over. There's the set. Big shot coming out of the way. Moraes finds pay dirt for the point. And I hope I'm getting that right. McClellan serving now. 4-4 game here, set number 2. And the Bermuda Triangle coming here to Halifax. No man's land there for the Capers White. And the first lead here of the second set here for the Storm White, 5-4. Big high serve. And difficulty in transition to Capers. First pass difficult once again. Results in a 6-4 lead here for the Storm White. Once again, another big serve on its way. High serve, dug out, kept alive, punched over there by Raven. That's bumped over. Here's a free ball. Can the Capers take advantage of it? No, they can't. The first pass goes errant as Rebecca has difficulty with that one. 7-4. The start that the Capers had has now gone by the wayside again. Line rate lands. And it's a service ace, making it 8-4. Boy, there's nothing you could do to defend that. You were just hoping that it actually goes out. And it landed right on the red line. And nothing Elizabeth could do but just look at it. And it makes it 8-4. Big high serve, Abby. Raven sends it over the rest of the way. Here is a free ball. A shot down the middle. DeCoste handcuffs the Capers D. And the point goes to the Storm, 9-4. Once again, that first pass goes errant there. More difficulty. Elizabeth just unable to get anything going here in terms of transition offense here for the Capers. 10-4. Storm happy just to keep this going here, to keep their player at the service line. Net violation called against the Capers White. 11-4. The lead starting to grow more and more as we get into the second set. McClellan's been back there for a while. Underhand serve. Raven. Kerrigan, and sent to the wall again. The difficulty of getting this second and third passes, sometimes even first passes, still hurting. Unable to generate offense when they're defending, and it's handcuffed again. Abby unable to get anything going. 13-4. Coaching staff of the Capers White turn to look at the score. Not liking that movie, that's for sure. Maybe was hoping for maybe get a little bit of a rebound and free, a refund and free popcorn for our next visit to the movie theater, but it's not a pretty sight so far. 13-4. Capers White trailing, and the Storm just keep putting more pressure and more points up as they go on. 14-4. And coming up there was Raven, and unable to get something going. A hitting error once again, and it makes it 15-4. 10 away from victory. There's the first pass. They'll get the first pass going. The second one not so hot, as Elizabeth had difficulty trying to set up Raven there. And Raven seems to be favoring her leg here. They only have Ashley as their other player right now in the bullpen, but that could be key here as it's punched over. When you don't have your full legs, and you can see that she is not comfortable right now and really is basically on one wheel right now. 17-4, Storm over the Capers. Did it land on the line? No, it's out of bounds. Just by the hair of a chinny chin. Makes it 17-5. Elizabeth serving now here for the Capers White. As I say, these are first name players here for the Capers teams as we are using here, as that was the information that was passed along to us here before game time. Set towards the back. McClellan. Chance for DeCoste. Finds it. Carragher trying to get her foot on it, and that is a legal move. That is a legal move in volleyball, but unable to get there in time. 18-5. DeCoste with a howitzer of a bullet there for the serve. Punched over. Moray gets it over there for the Storm as they exchange free balls here. A little bit out of position. Oh, Moray with the great recovery there for the Storm. DeCoste sends it over. Here's another free ball. And getting it down there, Raven once again just used her knuckles to get it over for the point, and it's 18-6. Abby puts it up and well short of the net. Carrigan trying to catch it there to put that serve out of its misery there for the Capers White. 19-6. Speaking of six away for victory are the Storm White. And hitting error sends it towards the wall. And it makes it 20-6. So red zone right now here for the Capers White. Unable to find a way to stop this Storm attack so far. Moray will put it over. Try to find an opening there was the Capers. Big shot. You can hear that off the hands of Rope Robinson. Battle along the net. Punch towards the back. And was there a tip? No, there wasn't. Storm thought there was, but not. But the referee, of course, Brad Penny says not so much as play continues on. Ooh, that was a hard one as hitting the floor was Throop Robinson. You could hear that thud throughout the gym. She's going to wear that one for a while, and she's coming up hobbling here, trying to shake that one off. 20-8. Yeah, that's a tough one, you know, when things are going bad. Unable to get the serve over, and sometimes it's a matter of timing, and it just wasn't there. And speaking of timing, Moray's. Unable to get it over. Becco serving now in a 21-9 game. Pretty well been the Storm since, of course, the open, and there we go. Everybody looking around. Pretty well spectators that time for the Capers White. And the ball lands down, 3 away from this one coming to an end as Throop Robinson will go back to try to put the finishing touches here on this one. Raven, Kerrigan, get over there by Abby was the attempt, but they were unsuccessful. 23-9, 2 away from victory. Getting there, Rebecca trying to find a hole, and they're unable to get that second pass going as the first pass went errant, and you see the importance of first passes. 23-10. Kerrigan serving. Here it is, set match point here, and it's in the hands of Langley to finish this one off here for the Storm White, 24-10. Big hit, and they're unable to get anything going. 4 hits, and that will end this one, 25-10. The Storm White easily over the Capers White, 2 straight sets. Just not able to muster anything offensively there, the Capers White against the Storm White. So teams are going to shake hands, and we're going to call a wrap here on this one. Our final game later on. We'll get a chance to look at the Storm White again as they will face the number 7 team here at these championships, Sonics 2. So this is a scheduling nightmare for them as they'll actually get to stay and have to play back-to-back for them. So the Sonics versus the Storm game is scheduled to start at 7:40, or pardon me, 8:50, as Dan does the math again. So 8:50, that is scheduled to be the start time for this one, for the next one. And once again, it's the Sonics. That is a solid volleyball program run by Derek Brooks, who coaches the MSVU Mystics. One of those programs that he's been involved with it. So it's the Sonics and the Storm scheduled for 8:50. We remind everybody, please stick to the screen and keep an eye on it because we may start a little bit earlier than that. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the web stream. We hope you enjoyed it. My name is Dan Hobson. Thank you for tuning in. So long for now from the Canada Game Center here in Halifax.